So this is a story that I've loved for several years. And I love it because it's a story of virtue rewarded, which is one of my very favorite kinds of stories. So the woman who told me this story is Swiss, and she was in London, and she had been deputized by a group of friends to buy a wedding anniversary gift for a couple that they all knew. And so she had 30 minutes between meetings, and she was, in London. She goes to Harrods, this giant department store where everybody shops, and it's the second day of the sale. And so it's total mayhem. She gets in there, she runs to the fifth floor where the china's for sale. She spots the sale clerk, runs over to him, and is like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any time. Do you have this kind of china? Can you get it for me?" And she said it was amazing. Like, he got the china, this Minton China within seconds, wrapped it up. He said, "Do you want to get a Harrods store card?" And she said, "No, I can't, because I don't want one because I'm Swiss." And he said, "Oh, well, in that case, you can get a tax rebate." And he showed her how to get the forms and where to go into the store and how to go through the formalities. And she was amazed, best customer service ever. And so she's standing him saying, like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been such a wonderful shopping experience. Or do you give this kind of service to everyone?" And at that moment, this tall man in a gray suit walks over and says, "May I introduce myself? I am the Chief Executive of Harrods." And what an interesting conversation I've just overheard. It turns out this was the Chief Executive of Harrods, and he was just wandering around the store to see what was going on, and he happened to overhear this woman giving this, incredible praise to this clerk. And this woman said, well, of course, the clerk was standing there with just like this shock and thrill, because of course your fantasy is that like the Uber boss is like walking by where some customer is standing there singing your praises. And she was so happy about it, and I'm so happy about it, hearing about that guy and this great service and the fact that it got recognized right then and there where it happened. I love to see virtue rewarded.